Hey everybody, Joel at Up North Aquatics, letting you know that we still got snow on the ground, but it is now time to finish these ponds here. This is our White Cloud pond, which I was in the middle of filming when I lost a bunch of video, but now you can see the white clouds in there actually. They're doing just fine. They've been out here for a couple nights, and it looks like the bottom is like covered in eggs, which is awesome. Temperatures have been dipping into the 50s at night, but really not going much more below that. And this water is like bath water warm almost. So we are going to do the guppies today. First step I did is I just took some dechlorinated water, dumped it in here. Didn't film that part because you couldn't really see anything, because I do have some mulm in here. So it's super cloudy, and I was letting it settle. The reason being, I need something with some sort of like beneficial bacteria in it, because without a filter I gotta cycle these somehow. So next we'll go drain the guppy tank, catch all those out, get a good look at them before we put them in the pond, and see what happens. All right, down in the basement, we came to our guppy tank. We took out some of the water to make it easier to catch the fish. Took out all of our hornwort, took out our filter, got some water in a specimen container. And now all we're gonna do is take our big old net that's about the width of the tank, get everything up to the front, get as much as we can in one scoop. Put them in our specimen container. Oh, there's another one. As well as some snails. See if I can't catch out the ghost shrimp that's in here, see what he does in the pond, and yeah, we'll just go with that for now. So I will get all that caught out in the specimen container and let you guys take a look before we bring them outside. Alright, so here they all are. As you can see, it's mostly females, which is great. A lot of them are holding fry, which is even better. Two really good looking males at least. Some fry that have already been born. A bunch of ram's horn snails and a ghost shrimp. So let's see what happens outside this summer. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this with hornwort, and I will see you outside right now. Okay everybody, here they are out in the sunlight. You can see the colors a lot better. The water they're in is like 60 something degrees, and the water out here is like 70 something degrees, mid 70s. So they have about a 10-degree temperature swing. So I'm gonna acclimate them a little bit, I guess. Put some of this pond water in here, and then leave them out on top of the screen here. And I'm gonna pull a chair up and sit right next to them to make sure no bugs or animals get to them. And let them sit for like a half hour, 20 minutes, half hour, so the kids play outside, and then I'll chime back in when we let them go. All right, it's been 20 minutes or so. The water in the container and the water in the tub are the same. So let's let these guys go and see what they look like. I did put the ghost shrimp in here because I'm gonna put something else in here tomorrow if the temperature's holding consistent. So let's get these guys dumped and we'll check in tomorrow, see how they look. Just giving the snails a chance to get out of here. Come on. One lone snail. I'll have to get him out in my hand while I try to film. There you go. Cool. Let's take a look. And the colors on those males just stick out so much better in the sun on a black background. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll let them go overnight and see how it looks. All right, everybody. Day 2 update on the guppy pond here. They did great, and last night was the night that was supposed to get coldest for a while. I think it dipped down to like 50 outside. When I checked this morning before the sun came up, the pond was at 58. So it did hold a lot of its heat. I do have lids for these totes too, that I mean, if temperature becomes an issue, I can cover them up a little bit. I'm more worried about finding them shade as it gets warmer out here. Let's see, sun's been up for 4 hours now and it's already pushing 70 again. So during the summer it might be an issue in the dead of summer, but we'll deal with it then and we'll figure it out. You can see the males pretty clear as day in here, which is nice. Since everything did so well, I do have one kind of surprise that I'm going to try in here this summer, which if you see the white fake coral down there, you probably already got it figured out based on what I've used that for in other videos. But as promised, let's feed the guppies and then let's introduce the cherry shrimp that I've been acclimating to the pond for the past half hour. So this is just some Vibra bites and some fancy guppy food. Put it right on top of them. And let them go. They do seem to be doing just fine in here. I do see fry up in the hornwort, so already that's good. I know there was one that we put in here, but there's females in here that are like right about to drop. So might as well say hello to our white clouds too. Nothing crazy going on in there yet, but I just put some more plants in there, and plants sunk, which is good. They need stuff on the bottom to keep them from eating their own eggs. So there's some hornwort on the bottom now. And they eat mid-water as the food sinks, and then it just sits on the bottom. So I might have to do some maintenance in here to keep the water from getting too bad. I could throw snails in, but I think when I had them with snails in the aquarium, the snails were eating their eggs. So I could not get any eggs to hatch from these guys. So, but anyway, back to the guppies here. Let's get a good look at some of these shrimp and get those thrown in. So stand by. We'll start with the moss ball, I guess. This is what I kept in the shrimp tank because they enjoyed it. There's some Java moss in here. It's going to be growing, as well as a little bit of extra Java starters in here. But here's the shrimp. I got for sure males and females, I know that much, but none of them are buried up. I have some buried females in my tank in the basement, but they're that like super deep red that I'm trying to breed for, and these are just kind of like the culls that aren't quite what I want them to be. So we'll let them go outside, because I guess if I worst case scenario, if I lose them, it's not that big of a deal. But I'm gonna try to like place these strategically in that hornwort so that they can grab onto something right away and not get chased around until they have some time to like settle in here, I guess. I didn't even see where any of them went. Another one of the reasons why I fed the guppies before I put those guys in. I didn't want them to get chased right away. I wanted them to be able to go find some cover. I can't see a single one of them, but I know the guppies didn't grab them because they were nowhere near and have not been anywhere near. They probably just, my guess is they just went straight to the bottom. And it's so dark in here, and they are kind of a deeper red. In the sunlight they looked great, but in here it's so dark I can hardly see the female guppies, especially on camera. So my hope is that they take to their home, which is that fake coral which came out of the tank they were in, so that I can at least see them. And there's tons of places for them to hide in there, as well as tons of hornwort that's only going to get bigger every day out in the real sunlight here. I mean, this stuff explodes in the aquarium under my fake LED lighting. So as well as some Java moss that I'm growing at the bottom. So they do have plenty of hiding places already, and we'll only have more. So I do expect that they would breed in here, but I don't know how many of the babies are going to survive with guppies in here. It all depends on the cover and how heavy I feed. So we'll keep checking in, I guess, and see how that does. Introducing the shrimp was so boring because you can't see them. I was hoping that'd be a little more exciting for you guys. But anyway, so that's it for today. We set up the guppy pond, we got them in, we got them through our coldest night in the foreseeable future, and we got them eating. We got plants in there, we got shrimp in there. This is going to be a really cool project. We'll follow along throughout the summer. At the end of the summer, we'll take a big net, scoop it all out, and see what we have, see if it works or not. So let me know what you think about all this stuff, and let me know anything you do differently, or if you do the summer tubbing, how you do it. And I will catch up with you guys in the next video. Thanks for stopping by.